How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Debatable here on GodIsGeek.com. My name is Colm and I do apologise. Debatable hasn't been on over the past couple of weeks. Where's Colm? Everyone's been worried about me. Well, look, lads, it's just I had to go to the hospital and get a little bit patched up. I got a few scratches here and there. Can you see it there? I wasn't at my 100% best, if you know what I mean. Unless you're a test tube baby or a frog, you probably began this long journey by coming out of your mother's vagina. On day one, you were a beautiful, glorious and perfect little baby in every way. Then at 6, you upended your ulna in the playground and had to be taken to hospital. At 14, you got in a scuffle with the away team centre half and fucked your fibula. And at 22, while dancing the night away to Don't You Want Me at the local club, you tripped over another group's table, knocked all their drinks over and capitulated your clavicle. Thank God for all the doctors and nurses around the country. I mean, without them, how would you have gotten all patched up? On the subject of Human League, the 80s were a great time for video games, weren't they now? The NES was filling hearts with the glee, mainly because of a fat, jumpy Italian plumber, but the mustachioed fella wasn't the only reason the console was a hit. I mean, Samus was kicking all sorts of arse, and OAP Duck was pogoing harder than punks in the mid-70s, and Link had received the Master Sword for the very first time. Things were A-OK. Well, sort of, I suppose, because for every Super Mario Bros. 3 there was a broken heap of fucking shit released on the console, and on SNES too, and all those consoles that didn't require an internet connection. Ubisoft's multi-million-dollar making Assassin's Creed came back for its yearly howdy-doody last week with Assassin's Creed Unity. Assassin's Creed Rogue came out as well, but, you know, Unity was the big one, but personally speaking, as an Irishman, I really want to play Rogue just to hear Shea Patrick Cormac and his on-point accent. Anyway, Unity. Reviews were generally positive, with the game earning a 76 Metascore on the Xbox One and a 77 on PS4. And as we've discussed before, that's a great fucking score. However, as we've also discussed before, previews of Unity weren't exactly glowing from a technical standpoint, as people were worried about frame rates, and there was also the P debacle. Some reviews cited frame rate drops and some glitches here and there, but now that it's been released into the wild, the general public have encountered some pretty big issues. Many videos are up on YouTube for all to see, including this one from YouTube user Dark Liberator Zone. While some have that Skyrim so bad it's good kind of funny type of feel, others are just amateur hour. Protagonists are now falling through the world, getting caught in bales of hay, climbing invisible structures. In cutscenes, character models go absolutely mental. Fucking mental! As previously suggested, many are experiencing problems with the frame rate dropping to sub 30, as this video from Digital Foundry shows. Then we have the PC port. By all accounts, to get Unity running on Ultra on your PC, your machine needs to be built from scratch by NASA, Jesus and Superman. Random crashes, moonwalking NPCs, matchmaking problems, microtransaction prices not showing up for reviewers, leading to speculation that this was deliberate so that reviewers couldn't inform the general public of what the prices of the fucking microtransactions were in a fully priced single player fucking game. But it's okay, because it's not like this has happened to Ubisoft before. I mean, even in 2014, oh wait, yeah. It did, and it had an iconic fucking baseball cap. Ubisoft is trying to rectify this and have issued a statement via a blog post that they're going to issue another patch, and I'm not on about the day one here, but the patch that they're on about will try and sort out some of the issues that players are facing. Now, there was a time when a patch was something your mum would put on your elbows of your school jumper just so you wouldn't look like an absolute tramp on the schoolyard. But nowadays, it's the norm for the video game playing public. I mean, I played my fair share of broken pieces of shit on the Mega Drive, and you know what? It was tough shit. You couldn't download an update to fix something that broke your game in some way or that impeded your enjoyment, and thankfully developers now have that at their disposal. They are able to tweak little things here and there even after the game reaches retail store shelves. But that does not excuse the release of a broken product. Assassin's Creed Unity isn't an anomaly, as over the past few weeks the Halo Master Chief Collection's multiplayer matchmaking was bollocksed, and Drive Club was fucking Drive Club. As of right now, that PlayStation Plus edition that was meant to be available at the game's launch is still not out. To get back to Unity for a sec, and the wonderful 76-77 on Metacritic, some have asked as to why more reviewers didn't point out the problems the public now face, and my understanding is that a lot of them just didn't experience the woes that you are currently. So look, you've conflicting reports here. I mean, is this issue being blown out of proportion? Well, there's no smoke without fire. There's enough people that have are now falling through the world. Falling through the fucking world. Jesus Christ. Pre-order culture has grown over the years. If you book Game X at your local retailer, you'll get this specific DLC that those peasants who waited won't get. Thankfully, people are smarting up and waiting to hear what critics have to say and seeing what general perception is before they jump in. What if you bought Assassin's Creed Unity on the 11th of November in America or the 13th in Europe? You don't want to wait 2 weeks to have a playable copy now, do you? And you shouldn't have to. When you pay for a product, it should work. Whether its service is good or not, well, that's a different matter. It should at least work. Patches, updates, they're good. They definitely serve a purpose. But developers shouldn't be finishing video games a month after release date. On the other hand, you could be one of those idiots that bought Watch Dogs on PC. Yeah. Absolute fucking idiots. And now it's time for my favourite part of the show, where you get to voice your opinion on what I said a couple of weeks ago. And what I said a couple of weeks ago was, basically I was on about the underdog Xbox One and how they acknowledged the fact that they were in second place, and we're going to try and fight to rectify that and jump Sony and become the first place, the market leader once again. And you let me know what you thought of what I said. So let's turn on our 2120 vision. We have a comment here from Colm Sheridan. Colm, great name, great name. Colm says, having went with Xbox One, coming from PS3, I think Microsoft is going in the right direction and listening to us gamers. Now, yeah, and I mean, I spoke about that a couple of weeks ago. I genuinely do feel that they are kind of trying to turn things around. Phil Spencer, for all the piss taking I will do with him, he does, you know, he seems like a man who genuinely wants to better the machine. Now, obviously, Microsoft want to better the machine, so the more people will fucking buy the machine, tell their friends about it, they'll buy the games, blah, 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 blah. But I do think they are trying to make a concerted effort to actually try and put out a product that people do want, obviously for monetary reasons. So thank you very much for commenting. If you want to comment on this here video, I ask of you to throw away any inhibitions you have. Please do comment and tell me why patches are brilliant, and pick up on the fact that yes, we didn't have patches in the 80s or the 90s or anything like that on the Mega Drive and the SNES and shit like that, and we're in a far better position now where broken games can be fixed, and you think it's perfectly fine that Unity will be fixed in 3 weeks time or something like that. Please do let me know. You can let me know in the comment section of this here YouTube video, or in the article on godisgeek.com itself, or you can tweet me, because everything I said on this show and past shows and future shows, well look, it's just my opinion and my opinion alone. And as always, dear friends, it's debatable.